Hi, my name's Ben and I'm from Saber Offroad, and this is Steve.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do that differently. I'm Steve.
You're right.
And this is Saber Offroad.
How about we do this?
First experience with Saber was as a customer. And it was Ben's soft shackles that got me excited about what Saber was. In particular, the bound shackle. Now, this is still my favourite shackle. Was my favourite shackle before I became a part of Saber, and still is today. Ben, let's go through the range of soft shackles you've got. So that's the bound one.
So this is the top of the tree. So this is our 14,700 kilo bound soft shackle, the most heavy duty shackle in our range. Certainly ideal if you've got uneven recovery points or if you're going to be using it extensively. This is still our best shackle for that. We've then got our, again, 14,700 kilo sheath shackle. Just a little bit less heavy duty in the sense that it doesn't have the binding, but this is still one of our best selling shackles for someone who needs the strength, but maybe they're not using it as frequently as you would with the bound.
Now, this is the little shackle, and this is the one that I've always looked at, and I know you're going to tell me that the customers are going to say the same thing. I look at it and go, it's tiny. What's it doing in an off-road recovery system? And what blew me away was when we actually did some testing and destruction testing on these, just what this is rated to. Ben, tell us a bit more about it.
So this is rated at 9,000 kilos. When you match it with, say, the 8,200 kilo kinetic rope, this is the perfect solution for those with the dual cabs like the Hiluxes, Rangers, D-Maxes, etc. And it's certainly an ideal shackle for someone who certainly you're not going to be using it all the time, but you're looking for a lightweight solution. This is perfect.
I think probably that's a good lead into the utility rope. So this is another one of Saber's products, is our utility rope. It serves a lot of different functions in amongst the off-road. You can use it as a bridle, as a tree protector, and the lead-in for the small shackles is, as a bridle system, it's perfect to put two of these on the vehicle onto the utility rope, back around the vehicle, and using two of these, more than enough strength required with the utility rope to be using it as a bridle.
Excellent. Also, it's important with that utility rope that it also comes with a protective sheath. We do that mostly for use around trees because we do actually give it a special binding already, which you can see here, but adding the extra sheath gives you a little bit more breadth when using it around a tree.
So a little bit more protection for a tree. Obviously, a lot of you will be familiar with the tree straps are quite wide. This is essentially a tree rope. And make sure it's still not damaging the tree. There's that extra width involved in there.
Something else on the utility rope that's important to understand is the fibre is actually American-made Spectra fibre, which is a great lead-in to our winch rope. So both the utility rope and our winch ropes are actually running American-made Spectra fibre. The winch rope itself is a 10mm double-braided winch rope. So it's actually got a 1mm outer and a 9mm inner core, giving you an 8,000 kilo braking strength, but the outer sheath gives you a lot more hard wearing life out of the rope. So when you're running it across rocks or trees, you're not going to be damaging the inner core of the rope.
Fantastic. Well, I guess we're talking winches. We should get into rings. This is the Saber recovery ring. And the first thing you're going to notice is it's actually quite a large diameter compared to a lot of the other rings on the market. And the reason for this, Ben, is, why have you gone for such a large diameter?
What's really important in rings, which a lot of people aren't understanding, is actually the minimum bend radius of ropes. When you're actually, here's a rope now. When you're bending it over a small diameter or a small radius, you're actually putting a lot more strain on the outer edges of the rope, rather than actually allowing it to maintain its full strength. So if you're putting it over a smaller radius, you're actually going to be finding that you're damaging the rope, also weakening your recovery system.
So this ring then is rated for minimum bend radius for what size ropes?
Up to 14mm ropes.
Up to a 14mm rope, minimum bend radius required.
So we actually went to our rope factories and said, when you bend the Spectra fibre, at what point do you start to see a weakness in the fibre? And it really is an 8-to-1 ratio. So if you're running a 14mm rope, then you want to get yourself a ring of our diameter to give you that amount of strength.
Okay, also on the winches, if you're looking for a fair lead, Saber has a fantastic colour range of red, black and blue in a really good heavy duty fair lead. that was another one of the things that I picked up myself before I became a member of Sabre. And it's just fantastic. It looks great on my car. Really, really good strength to a really good thick design. I can't bend it, just love it.
The only other thing that we will show you, which isn't actually available yet in the Australian market, what a lot of people don't realise is Sabre's sold all around the world. We actually do have a range of Australian-made Saber Offroad bushes, control arms and sway bars. At the moment, just available in export markets, but we look forward to bringing those to the Australian market very soon.
Well, thanks, Ben. I think that covers all of the products that we've got available today.
Absolutely. And for any more information, you can go to saberoffroad.com.au and you can see our full range there.
Or our Instagram account, which is?
At Saber_Offroad, or on Facebook, which is at Saber Offroad.
Okay, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Cheers.